Okay, so today is March the 3rd, 2025. We have another breaking news off the East Coast. I'm going to read this article. 11 placed on leave after New York prison inmate's death, Corrections Department says. Breaking news. 11 staff members have been placed on administrative leave pending an investigation into Saturday's death of New York prison inmate Masia Nantwi. The State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision said in a release Monday. New York State Police say they're investigating the Saturday death of an inmate who was housed at an upstate medium security prison, reports of which Governor Kathy Hochul, I think that's how you pronounce her name, Hochul, called deeply troubling on Monday. Masia Nantwi, a 22-year-old inmate at Mid-State Correctional Facility in Marcy, died at a hospital, state police said Monday. Although authorities have not said what led to or caused the death, the New York Times reported that 9 prisoners, 7 of whom agreed to use their names, said in interviews the inmate had been brutally beaten by corrections officers at Mid-State. Nantwi's death came nearly 3 months after state inmate Robert Brooks, a 43-year-old black man, died after what authorities said was a December beating by correctional officers at a different prison in Marcy, less than a mile from Mid-State. The governor, when asked Monday about reports of Nantwi's death, said it was very much under investigation. Deeply troubling. Hochul, I think that's her name, I don't know, said during a news conference Monday morning in New York City. The actual cause of death is not known, but it is my highest priority to get to the bottom of this and find out what happened. State police were told about Nantwi's death on Saturday, the agency said in a release Monday. Nantwi was pronounced deceased at Wayne Hospital in Utica, New York, state police said. The circumstances surrounding his death are part of an ongoing investigation by the New York State Police, with the assistance of the New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision Office of Special Investigations. The State Corrections Department confirmed Saturday death in a statement obtained by CNN affiliate WKTV. An incarcerated individual was taken from Mid-State Correctional Facility to an outside hospital earlier today, Saturday, and declared dead a short time later, the Corrections Department statement reads. Any death that appears to be from other than natural causes or a known medical condition is investigated by multiple agencies, including the State Attorney General's Office, New York State Police, and the New York State Corrections Department, the statement reads. A spokesperson with Attorney General Letitia James, oh my God, office said the Office of Special Investigation is conducting a preliminary assessment of the matter. Nantwi was serving a prison sentence of up to 5 years at Mid-State Correctional Facility for conviction of a criminal weapons possession charge, a Class C felony, according to online incarceration records. He also was facing murder charges in connection with the killings of 2 people in Manhattan's Harlem neighborhood in April 2023. According to court records, he had pleaded not guilty to those charges and had a hearing scheduled for May, according to court records. The Legal Aid Society, a nonprofit law firm that represents low-income New Yorkers, issued a statement calling on the State Corrections Department to release all camera footage and information regarding the incident. The recent death of a 22-year-old at Mid-State Correctional Facility, who, according to reports, was brutally beaten by staff, is unconscionable, especially in the wake of the killing of Robert Brooks, who suffered a similar fate, the group said. This tragedy underscores the inherent culture of staff violence that pervades New York prisons and the urgent need for transparency, accountability, and reform, the group said. Nantwi's death comes after 6 prison workers were indicted on murder charges in February in connection with the death of Brooks. Authorities said Brooks died in the early hours of December the 10th after he was beaten by correctional officers while handcuffed at Marcy Correctional Facility. Besides the 6 indicted on murder charges in Brooks' death, 3 other prison workers were each charged with second-degree manslaughter, and another was charged with tampering with physical evidence. Okay, so I read another report, and this is the 5th prisoner to have died in New York, inside the New York Correctional Facility since the guards over at Marcy State Prison have been on strike. So they went on strike a couple weeks ago. And the reason why they went on strike, they said something about safety concerns and all the crap. But the question is this here. Okay, so obviously the prisoners are being beaten to death on the East Coast. What are the prisoners gonna do? What y'all gonna do, man? What y'all gonna do? Because no one is coming to save y'all. See, we done already went through this stuff on the West Coast. We already went through this stuff on the West Coast. What are y'all going to do? You gonna sit back and allow yourself to be brutalized by these savages? Or are you gonna rise to the occasion and do something about it, man? What the fuck? What are y'all gonna do? This is what happens when you don't have prison gangs on the yard, man. Obviously, y'all don't have prison gangs on the East Coast. In New York, in particular. Because if you had prison gangs, this type of stuff wouldn't be happening. What y'all gonna do? What are you gonna do? We know what you need to do. You got to get just as brutal with those people as they are brutal with you. You guys, you out there blood and cripping on the East Coast. What the fuck y'all gonna do, man? Y'all gonna just keep letting these people brutalize y'all? Where your prison leaders at? Where your prison organizations at? What you gonna do? You're going to do something, because Rocco, move. I'm not see. Look at Rocco. What they gonna do, Rocco? Huh? What they gonna do? We know what Rocco do. This motherfucker crazy as hell. Get your crazy ass up out of here. So obviously, you guys are gonna have to organize amongst yourselves, man. You're gonna have to hit back. You cannot allow yourself to be attacked with impunity. You're going to have to strike back. You're going to have to strike back. I'm going to continue to follow, I'm going to continue to follow this news right here. Because the question now is, are you going to allow yourself to be brutalized? Or are you going to fight back like men? What are you going to do? Yeah, we know you out there blood and cripping on the East Coast. Silly ass shit. Yeah, but what you gonna do, bro? So I'm gonna make this, a short video. I'm gonna post this video. What are you gonna do? You're gonna have to organize the way the blacks organized on the West Coast. When it comes to guard on inmate violence, that's as worse as it gets, because the prisoner can go nowhere. You can go nowhere. You're going to have to fight back brutally. You're going to drop a couple guards, man. Y'all going to have to drop some of them. Because obviously, you know, I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, prisoners aren't being beat and killed on the West Coast by guards. Yes, they are. But there is a response on the West Coast. You're not going to attack the Crips or the Bloods, and they're not going to respond. You damn sure ain't finna attack the BGF on the West Coast. That ain't happening. What are you guys going to do? You're going to have to fight back. And when you fight back, it's got to be brutal. Now, they done killed 5 of y'all. According to, you know, news, they killed 5 of y'all within the last few weeks. Y'all got to kill, man, y'all got to do something. What the hell y'all gonna do? Y'all talk all that shit on the East Coast. All that shit, especially motherfuckers up out of New York, talk all that shit. Y'all do a whole lot of shit talking on that East Coast, man. But what you gonna do about this right here, man? Because this shit ain't happening on the West Coast. What you gonna do? And I'm with y'all. I'm telling you right now. If I was in a correctional facility in New York, man, we'd be getting cracking. We're gonna tear that motherfucker up. Ain't nothing gonna stop us from tearing it up. It's gonna go up. I'm telling you now. So I'm gonna follow this. I need y'all to do something. Maybe y'all need a BGF on the East Coast. Y'all need something. Y'all gotta do something, man, because they killing y'all. I'm gonna end this video. Shalewa.